Right, so welcome to the third and final part of this series on how to perform a strategic marketing audit and inventory for your business. If you haven't watched parts 1 and 2, I advise you do that first because this probably won't make much sense if you don't. But to rehash, in phase 1, it's the financial audit. We wanted to tie together all the dollars in your marketing and your budgets and tie them together so that you, as the leader, the CEO, have the understanding of what goes in, what comes out, what's working, what's not. And you broke it down to the point where you're able to basically at the end of the day go out as the leader and say, hey, we're gonna go grow this business by 30% next year. And your CMO, your CFO, your CTO, your entire team, they all can sit there and go, now I understand how we're gonna get there, what it's gonna cost, and what channels we're gonna use, basically answering all the who, what, where, when, why questions you need as the leader. Part 2 is we talked about in order to get the financial data, you have to have your technology set up. And in order to know where you're tracking, if you spend $2,000 on Facebook ads, how many sales does that generate? How many MQLs does it generate? What about that $5,000 a month you spend on SEO? What is that doing? How do you know? But part 2 basically is the technical setup by which you're able to answer those questions, right? Now in part 3, it's less about setting things up and historical data. Part 3 is where now we can start looking at, and I call this the optimization phase, because at this point in the process, what we're doing is we're looking at, we take each channel still, and we're still thinking in terms of channels and strategies. And once we have all the technology set up, now what we need to do is we need to break out, and this again is unique per channel. So I'll kind of run you through a couple of examples. Let me jump on my pad here and show you. That's the easiest way. All right, so in part 2 here, we went through this technical marketing audit. Now what I want to talk to you about now is this idea of optimization audit, because now your CMO and you should understand for each channel, how is it performing? That's the next question you need to answer. And as you're moving forward towards this growth goal for this year, you need to be able to say, all right, if it's performing okay, like our CAC is okay, the budget's okay, everything's okay, but I don't know, like in part 1, I gave the illustration of if we need to grow, certain channels aren't going to allow us to do that. And finally, we arrive at paid media is going to be our growth channel. Well, we have the technology set up in part 2, the marketing technology trail set up to where we can track that. Part 3 here is where we start coming in and we start looking at KPIs across the board. And each channel, I hate to say it, I can't go through every one. I'll give you a couple of examples, but every channel has its own KPIs. And then in all honesty, every business has their own KPIs in terms of what does that MQL to closed won lost conversion path look like. But basically what we're trying to do here on the optimization audit is you're looking at your source marketing channels, you're looking at your conversion mechanisms. And again, if you don't know what I mean by that, in all of marketing, you can summarize it by saying it's either one of two things. It's either traffic or conversions. And you want to have these optimization metrics for both sides of that equation. So let's jump into the real now. So let's say you're running Facebook ads and you're running an e-commerce business. The traffic side of the equation, well, that's the Facebook traffic, right? And let's say you're driving customers to an e-commerce store. Well, until they click on that click in the ad and go to your website, everything that happens over there, that's the traffic side of the equation. So you have a certain set of metrics and numbers that you're using. Let's say on an ad, these are my baseline numbers. I typically, if I run a new ad, I want to know, is this ad working or not? And the way I tell that immediately within the first 24 hours is I start with, well, has it had enough impressions? Did enough people see it? Typically that's 1,000 impressions. It's the easiest one to think about. It's what you get charged on, CPM, et cetera, et cetera. There's some other videos on that, but you're looking at, okay, we've got 1,000 impressions. How many people clicked on that ad? I want to see at least a 1.5% click through or better. And that's what tells me that the ad is working or not. If it's below 1.5%, might be the wrong message, might be the wrong audience, might be something else. But if my tracking and technology is set up properly and everything's working, I should be able to get that number and know, oh, okay, this ad has a 2% click-through rate. All right, now they've clicked out of Facebook and they've gone onto my website. Now is when we're talking about this idea of conversion mechanisms. So in simplicity, if you're running just a e-commerce store, let's say they land on your product page, they scroll around, they watch videos, they look at products, they read testimonials, they do whatever they do on that page, but we need to know what is the conversion rate of that page to sale. We want to know if 100 people land on that page, how many are going to buy. That's your conversion rate for that mechanism. That web page, that product page is the conversion mechanism. If you want to talk about B2B conversion mechanisms, you could be running Facebook ads to a webinar. Well, the webinar registration page, that's the first step, is your conversion mechanism. What does that page convert at? It better be converting at 15 to 20% or better, or you know that page sucks and you need to work on it. And then to go down the rest of the conversion metrics for a webinar funnel, let's say you've got 100 people signed up to watch your webinar. What's the show rate? How many people actually sign up versus attend? And then the next metric I look at is what's the offer rate? Meaning how many people stayed through the entire webinar, whether it's half hour, 45 minutes, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, I don't care. Did they see the offer at the end? And of that many people, how many clicked through to go check out and buy the offer? So you just keep chunking this down and breaking it out, but those are your main conversion metrics. And so for every channel and every funnel you have, you should have traffic metrics and you should have conversion metrics. That's what your dashboards are made of, and that's what your CMO is watching and monitoring and making sure how to optimize. And so you just kind of working down the funnel here. Qualification mechanisms, that's when you're basically in like a B2B situation. You get 100 MQLs. How are you qualifying them into SQL? Do you have a setter? Do you have salespeople who are calling and having that initial discovery call, finding out if they're the right person for your business and if your business is the right solution for that person, that sort of thing. Like you need to be measuring each step in the conversion process, right? And then the final, that's where it falls into sales. You got SQLs to closed won and lost, and you that's the final piece of the puzzle here. But when you have all these numbers, and again, I wish I could show you examples, but for each channel, you want to think about what are those decision points, and that's what you want to be tracking. All right, so let's wrap up this 3-part series. Let me give you a final example. So I still firmly believe in today's social media, instant messenger, texting, SMS. At the end of the day, I still think email is probably the most important channel. Every business should be using it. But if you're doing this optimization, let's think through your email, right? So now I'm not talking about list building. I'm not talking about deliverability, although that factors in a little bit. But let's just look at your email, right? What are the metrics that matter there? You've got how many people did I send this email to? Next stage, the most important thing, right? They got to open it. What's my open rate? And yes, I know for you email gurus out there, deliverability, spam bots, everything, your open rates are negligible at best in terms of reliability, but it's all we have to go with. So we go with it, all right? We're trying to make decisions here as a company. So we look at our open rates. Is it 3%? Is it 5%? Is it 20%? Is it 40, 50%? I sure hope it's at least 20, 30%. Next thing is, do you have a link in the email to get them to go do something? What's that click-through rate? Is it 3%, 5%, 6%? And then, so that's a traffic source, right? But again, you're just trying to chunk down and figure out, for this marketing mechanism, what are the pieces that matter that I need to track, that in the worst case scenario, if it breaks, how do I know where to go fix it, right? So let's say that's the scenario for email, and we go and we're sending an email every day for 2 weeks and sales dry up, nothing happens. We know our tracking set up. We're looking at our metrics for the email. We see that the open rate's good. Boy, the click-through rate shows up well. So do we really have an email problem? I don't think so, because when we go back and now we're looking at these numbers, we can go back and we can go and now we say, okay, we're sending them to this product checkout page or webinar registration page, whatever, and it's not showing the clicks. So somehow we've got a broken link in the email, right? So it's a matter of just sleuthing this stuff out. But if you're not looking at the right numbers for each channel, whether it's Google, SEO, paid media, billboards, trade shows, I don't care what it is, you can figure out what the metrics are that you need to measure that determine whether you're successful or not. And if you're not successful, what you need to fix in that marketing strategy to know whether you should put any more time, money, and effort into it. But at the end of the day, this is now, you have your channels, and for each channel, you've got this dashboard of KPIs and metrics, and now you're CMO and you can sit down every month and go, okay, well, how's this one performing? Good, good, good. It's across the board pretty good. Oh, we dropped off here. Why? Well, it's summer, everyone's out playing, no one's on social media. Okay. And it gives you the ability as the leader to work with your CMO and your marketing team to now be able to really hold them accountable, right? And be able to hold them accountable for when it doesn't work and hold them accountable for when it does work. I hope you're celebrating and rewarding them adequately and properly, because they've done the hard work. You've completed this marketing audit. You've completed this inventory. And the thing is, once you have it done, it's done. Like, you're always going to be working on it, but I want you to think about maybe where you're at now. Do you have any of this in place? Do you have maybe 50% in place? Can you answer questions like these? If you go through this 3-step process, I promise you, you will never again sit there going and saying to yourself, gosh, we're spending a lot of money on marketing. Is it working? Is it not working? I don't know. You don't have to go to your CMO and hope they tell you the truth, right? You have the numbers and the data in front of you to answer questions. Now, one last really important part of this, probably the most important part of this, is when you are going to exit your business. I want you to think about it this way. You have a buyer come into your business, and let's say you're at that point where maybe you have 20% of this process, and buyer's looking at you, saying, oh, we're going to grow 30% next year and another 30% the year after that and 30% the year after that. And that future cash flow is what determines your multiple and what they're willing to pay for your business today, right? But if you're sitting there and they go, okay, well, how are you going to achieve that 30% growth? And you go, well, we've got Mary over here and she's really good with marketing. She just does a bang up job. I know it. And they look at you and Mary is your marketing. You don't have anything documented, you have no systems in place, decision-making criteria. You can't say how you're gonna get there, you just hope Mary doesn't quit. Whereas, take the same scenario, that buyer comes to you and you say, yeah, 30% growth over 3 years. How are you gonna do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me sit down and show you. We invest in these channels. These are how much we spend. This is how we track ROI on spend. This is how we make our decisions based on cost per acquisition and across different channels. And we know that if we turn this one down and turn this one up, it all works and everything goes. Not only that, we have the full technology set up. Our marketing technology is spot on. We know first touch, last touch, every step of the journey, all the way through sales. And then not only that, we have our CMO with his optimization dashboards, and they have their metrics and they know what they're shooting for every month, and they know where to spend their time and they know where to focus. In our webinar funnel, we have a confirmation page that is not performing well, and we should be generating $100 per webinar register restaurant in revenue, and that's just not working out. So that's where everyone's focused. And you have that level of detail. Now the buyer's going to be sitting there going, oh my God. Instead of now deducting value from your business because your marketing is merry and that's all you know, to holy guacamole, I've got this complete audited inventory marketing machine, marketing and sales machine, track down every penny, everything. That's not only going to take away your negative multiple, it's probably going to give you 1 or 2 multiples. And if you're talking about a multi-million-dollar business, these 3 videos alone should add, I don't know what, 10, 20, 30, 40 million dollars to your business value. If you just do this in the next 60 days, they can call me crazy. I don't know. I just do this for a living and I've seen it over the last 30 years. This is how you do it. This is how we've done it in all my businesses. And I guess at the end of the day, you can do it or not do it. But if you'd like help or if you have questions, just drop them in the comments. I'm more than happy to talk to you and help. And more importantly, if you're looking to sell your business, by gosh, you better be doing this audit, because you're going to leave many, many millions of dollars on the table if you don't. So again, your time's the most valuable thing. Thank you for spending it with me. Hope this 3-part video series was worth it. Love to hear your thoughts, impressions, ideas, and let's go make better business. All right, thanks. See you in the next one.